Filth always hides in the shadows. Once in a while, you just need to bring everything to light. Come on, struggle. Try your best. Though it won't make a difference. Every darkness has its own distinct shade.
What's up, Epic 7? The question I'm getting bombarded with most these past couple of days is she worth it? Do I pull for this unit? Is she a must-have or should I skip her? I'm free to play, I'm brand new, I'm pay to win, I'm a veteran. All of these things factor into the decision, and the answer really is, well, it depends. It depends on your situation, it depends on what you do in the game, it depends how prepared you want to be for the future, and whether or not you're comfortable with swiping a little bit, if you get me. So let's talk a little bit about where Gala Lilias is used in the game, how essential she is to have on your team, and whether or not you consider her a must-have unit or a must-wait until next time unit. So Gala Lilias is a limited unit. Now she is a Smilegate IP, so as a limited unit, you will still be able to get her from limited reruns and the occasional custom summon banner. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, let me spell it out for you. Once a unit has been run twice, they are eligible to be added to the custom summon banners. Now, custom summon banners happen about once every 6 to 9 months. We're actually kind of due for one pretty soon. I suspect between November and February, we will definitely have another custom group summon banner. And the way custom group summons work is you can pick 3 units, any 3 units in the game that are not collaboration, and you can add them to the banner as long as they've had their banner at least twice. Gala now qualifies. So you pick these units, and then boom, you get to start summoning on a banner that the 5-star has to be one of those 3 units. And every time you summon, you get currency. And once you get 120 summons, you can literally buy the unit of your choice from the 3 you selected. So of course the goal is you pick up 1 or 2 of the other units on the way to Pity and then use Pity to buy the 3rd. But at very least, you can go to Pity and guarantee to buy the unit you want, and it can be Gala. So it's not like if you don't pick her up now, you're locked out for a year. You do have a way to get access to her. So if you decide you want to skip until the time is right, until your account's grown a bit, because you're worried of what's right around the corner, that's understandable. But how good is she as a unit? I mean, she's PvP only, right? Well, you'd be wrong there. This unit can be used in a Banshee one-shot team. If you're looking for a way to kill Banshees, she is fabulous there. In fact, she can be a part of a pretty stable 3-man Banshee one-shot team. You do have to do a bit of a unique build on her, but she can definitely do it. But there are other units that can Banshee one-shot, so maybe that doesn't sell it to you. Although Ice Expedition isn't up yet, November 1st, Ice Expedition should be back in the rotation, and as you can see on this team here, she is great in Ice Expedition. Now, there's alternatives. You could use Sid, you could use Ram if you were around for the ReZero collaboration, but Gala Lilias is fan-freaking-tastic in Ice Expedition for racking up really high points. So she's good there, but, you know, maybe you don't much care for expeditions, you just get them one and done. Well, you can use her to auto Jewel Leave Council on Nightmare Raid, and I mean full auto it. You just put her on the team and give 3 Soul Weavers. You could use Destina, Rowana, Ray, Bernard, any combination of those should do it. And you just press auto, walk away from your computer, come back to a win, all thanks to Gala Lilias. Now that is a useful function for her that you will take into the end game. Being able to auto Nightmare Raid is such a great quality of life. Now, her big job right now is she's a penetration unit, and that lets her be a tank buster. That lets her drop nukes that can take out even the tankiest units. Her big issues right now, the things that have seen her fall off the meta a little bit, are units that defeat penetration, like Ilanov. ML Ilanov is everywhere, and if ML Ilanov is on the enemy's team, your gal is going to hit like a squeaky toy. And another issue is Harsetti. Harsetti slowing everybody down messes with Gala's turn order and can make her easier to control and kill before she gets a chance to do her big nukes. So into places where you don't have to deal with those, she is very, very, very good. Now, I have seen people talk about maybe trying to build a Gala that works with Harsetti, right? They build her slow, they build her super, super strong, they put her on counter set, they give her her own artifact, they give her a ton of effect resistance. They basically build her like an effect res BBK, but on counter set because her counters will self-heal, and they let her damage limit do the job. I'm skeptical on this build, but I'm going to try it out next time we get free unequip. It may be possible to do that. She is still very usable in Guild Wars. You will definitely find at least 1 or 2 fights without Ilanov and Harsetti on the enemy team that you can use her as a tank buster. And there's the occasional Guild War fight where she's good, but that has fallen away big time with Harsetti and Ilanov being on basically every defense in the game. So I think you find less and less use for her in RTA. So that's a combination of her PvE utility being excellent. And this is routine, always up PvE utility. There's occasional PvE utility too. We get these advent events. Whenever there's an ice advent, she is amazing. So now let's recap. Really good in RTA. Having some limited uses, faltering a little bit, but still a solid tank buster, just a later pick. Solid in Guild Wars. Little bit less effective in a modern meta, but still great at taking out super tanky teams. Best in slot for Nightmare Raid Jewel Leaf Council. A solid one-shot option for Banshee 13. Very, very good in Ice Expedition when it's on rotation. And the occasional niche PvE usages like Advent and hard boss fights where you're not fighting a fire element. Sounds like a no-brainer, right? She's a Renaissance woman. She's good in all aspects of the game at all gear levels, so you should pick her up, right? Well, this brings us to the next thing. A lot of people are saying Lilias is bait, that something better is coming. Well, if you play Epic 7 long enough, you'll learn that everything is bait. Literally everything is bait because always, always, always there's something coming. Even when that something has come, there's something else that's coming after that. We know we've got the limited flan unit, the art limited flan unit, and this will be her very first banner, and that means you will likely have to wait an entire year for her second banner before she is available on custom summons. So a lot of people are saving for flan and planning to pick up Gala with a custom summon down the road, right? There is also the potential of a collaboration. Nothing's been announced, there's no plans that I'm aware of, but we usually get a spring collaboration and an autumn collaboration. The spring-summer collaboration this year was Overlord, so we're kind of due for a autumn-winter collaboration, right? It's happened every single year, with the exception of 2023, but that was a very weird and dark year for Epic 7 and Smogate in general, so I'm not surprised we didn't get collaborations at that time. But it seems they're back on track, so it's entirely possible we'll see Gala in October, and then Flan and a collaboration be the October and the November limited banners. You can kind of count on it that there's going to be a limited banner for November and a limited banner for December. And I suspect one will be a collab and one will be Gala. And those are things that you need to have reserves saved up for. So if you're free to play and you don't have a boatload of resources, then maybe you should skip Gala in preparation of that. Of course, maybe none of those things happen and you're sitting on bookmarks that you don't get to use, but that's the gamble. You want to plan for the future. You want to make sure you are prepared. Now, I can tell you this Gala's banner is at least 3 weeks long, and there'll be at least 1 to 2 weeks of fluff rerun banners in between before the next limited, so you've got a solid 4 to 5 weeks. So any currency, any bookmarks, anything you could earn in that period of time, kind of add that to what you've already got and ask yourself, can I pull this unit and be prepared for what's next? That's a decision I can't make for you, my friend. You've got to do that on your own. You've got to decide, is everything that she brings to the table worth it? Is everything she can do for my account worth risking the future? Or do I pause on her? Do I pick her up with the next custom summon and save my resources for what might be around the corner? Now let's talk about her artifact real quick. Her artifact is probably one of the best pieces of art in the game. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it's not really used like on anybody. Its best in slot use is probably currently an effect resistance BBK because it gives BBK some effect resistance and it gives her some damage. Now, if your effect resistance BBK doesn't have enough effect resistance, you're probably going to need to go to Bastion, but Bastion, while Bastion does give more than double the ER to BBK, it doesn't give any damage boost. Whereas Hostess of the Banquet gives both. It gives a little bit of effect resistance and it gives damage. So it's a really nice one for people who are wanting to run an ER version BBK. If you are wanting to run MLK-Ron, MLK-Ron is a very, very difficult late game build. Even after his buffs, I expect him to be a difficult late game build, but he could wear this artifact with authority. It's everything he wants, more damage and ER. About the only other person I can see it would use this artifact is Elvira. And you could put Elvira on lots of other artifacts. She doesn't need this one, it's just an option for her. And BBK, although it's really good on her, you can go with a whole host of other artifacts. You can skip going ER BBK entirely and just go with a damage BBK. You can put Symbol, you can put Alexa's Basket. There's a whole variety of artifacts for all of these units. Even K-Ron can wind up wearing Bastion or Shepherds and be pretty successful. So, as beautiful as the artifact is, I don't feel it's a necessity. I wouldn't spend powder on it unless you're a collector. If you get Gala early and you didn't get the artifact, that's okay. I don't see its usefulness in the game being that important. So hopefully this information helps you make your decision. I hope I didn't just make it more confusing for you. I hope it gave you some perspective on the way future banners might roll out. If you get lucky and you pick up Gala Lilias, congratulations. Banger unit who's beautiful and amazing for your team all at the same time. And if you decide to skip her, I hope in a few weeks something incredible rolls out that makes you think to yourself, damn, I made a good decision. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you soon. Take care, Epic 7.